Jim, what are we talking about today?
Today, Duncan, we are talking about Scrum teams. They get together every day for the Daily Scrum. Is this just micromanagement?
All right, let's do it. So a lot of teams' first experience of Scrum is that they have these 45-minute meetings at the start of every day, which involve the team and management and project managers and stakeholders, and people are talking about what they did yesterday, what they're going to do today, what's slowing them down, and people are asking questions, and they come away from that feeling like that's 45 minutes of their life they're never going to get back. There's no use out of it, just listening to people talk, and they just think that Scrum is a waste of time. They just think that the Daily Scrum in particular is just micromanagement because their managers don't trust them to get on with the work. So I guess my question for you is that what your daily scrums have felt like?
It can. It feels like the meetings sometimes get hijacked by the managers. It's an opportunity for them to get their status updates, when really the great teams that I've worked with treat it more like a huddle in the middle of a game. It's their opportunity to update their plan, to decide how they're going to achieve their sprint goal. And I think what you said there is absolutely right. It requires the management to trust the team. It's a culture change to let go of this micromanagement and instead set clear goals, commit to those goals, and then get out the way and trust the team to deliver those goals.
But the Scrum Guide is pretty clear that the Daily Scrum should be a short meeting. And Scrum, if anything, is criticized for being too dogmatic when we say that the Daily Scrum should be 15 minutes as a time box, as a maximum. What's going on there? It feels like we can't win either way.
And when I've seen it with just developers there, it often does stick to a 15-minute time box. It's when other people are there that don't need to be there, that aren't contributing to the work of the sprint, aren't contributing to the sprint goal. And they introduce all this noise. There's more channels of communication. And the event loses its intended purpose.
Yeah, I mean, let's be clear. The Daily Scrum isn't a status reporting meeting. It was never meant to be more micromanagement. The Daily Scrum was meant to be by the developers, for the people actually doing the work, giving them that opportunity to inspect and adapt their plan to come up with a plan for the next 24 hours. So what can we do?
Like a lot of things, there's no one size fits all. There's no magic bullet that can fix this for other teams. I think I've seen it evolve into this. It starts as a nice small event for the developers, and then different people who are interacting with the team, stakeholders, whoever, product owner, other people, notice this event happening and think, hey, that's a useful event. I think I'll pop along to that and I'll have my 2 cents worth in there.
So what you're saying is it's a victim of its own success. It's a productive, fun meeting, and therefore other people hijack it and turn it into maybe something else.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd call it fun. It's a working session. It's a collaborative working session for the team. So if the team think of it like that, the developers think of it as this is our time to do a bit of work uninterrupted to update our plan, that can help keep them focused. Now, where does the Scrum Master come into this? The Scrum Master isn't at the Daily Scrum. What can the Scrum Master do, in your experience, Dunk, to help a team that are having these 45-minute non-Daily Scrums?
So I think we need to address the very real concern from stakeholders, from management here. There's a reason they want to get involved, and they want to make sure that delivery happens. They want to make sure that they understand what the team are doing. They want confidence. But the thing is, they're going about it the wrong way, and they're undermining what should be a useful event. If they want to see the progress the team are making, they should get involved at the sprint review. They shouldn't undermine the team actually doing the work. And that is the Scrum Master's responsibility, to make sure that the organization in general understands how to do Scrum properly, how to get the most out of the Scrum framework.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And also, the Scrum Master is accountable for empowering the team, for helping the developers to have the courage to be able to say, look, this is our event. This is our time. This is our time for updating our plan. And if the event isn't achieving its intended purpose, the developers should be able to recognize that and make corrections, make course corrections, do something differently, be able to speak up and say, look, this isn't the time or the place for this conversation.
That can be a big ask for a lot of devs. Yeah. Technical people, and I feel we can say this because we're technical people, don't always have that confidence. They don't always feel they have the authority. It would be nice if they were able to speak truth to power, if you like, if they were able to stand up to management. But if they don't feel able to do that, then I think that's why we have a Scrum Master. That's why we have someone who is a change agent to help the organization understand that there are better ways of doing these things.
The Daily Scrum is by the developers for the developers. Short, effective, to update their plan. The team should be able to do that.
And that's Scrum Chat.